Okay, here we go with another fun roll with John. He's a purple belt. And I start here, seated position, looking for some sort of butterfly guard action, but really fall off to my side here, more just half guard. And I try to trap John's arm on his other side, but as I swing him over there, he ends up pulling it out and using it to base out. And then he swings around here to side control on my left side. I'm trying to get my frames inside here, so I got my elbows, my forearm, and here I'm turning into him, trying to get my right knee in to where his hip is. But he does a really good job here of sort of float passing on top of me to the other side. Nicely done. He does that a lot lately, and it's a really frustrating move when you work a lot to turn in one direction, then he just sort of hops over effortlessly. So now he's in half guard here, and I'm grabbing underneath his knee in order to try to get a flower sweep, but I only have half guard, so it's going to be difficult to do that. So now I try to get my left arm in play here, make a frame, and then try to bump him a little bit. Luckily for me, he had shifted his hips right at the time when I bumped, so it was effective that time. Here, I'm on top, kind of floating on top here, and I believe right there, John ends up getting back on top for some time. Here, Pat in the background making a really nice pass into side control. Jonathan's getting his frames inside here, pushing away on the hips. You gotta be careful of your hand in there on the hip like that, because apparently there's a wrist lock. Moving back to the red mats. You can see me breathing heavy here. I'm tired. And I fall off to the side, looking for a lazy knee shield. John hops over it once again. I get my left knee in, start turning into him. I find that getting your knee in is very helpful. You can really move a lot of weight with that frame inside. And here John does a interesting little move here. He hops over for a knee bar, and I tap immediately because my knee's a bit messed up right now. But it was unusual entry into that submission. So again, I fall to the side here. John does a nice job of stuffing my knee shield. He's on top. Not giving me a ton of space here to work. And then he does a nice back step there to pass the guard. I managed to keep my right knee in there for a minute, but it looks like he's past it now. Looks like he's trying to shelf my legs here, but I managed to stuff his head because he had one arm between my legs. I managed to stuff his head through, and I have him here almost in a triangle, inverted triangle. I can't really lock my legs up. My legs are too short. So here I'm trying to pull on his arm, but he's doing a really good job defending and giving me the foot of justice as I try to pry his grip apart. But I can't really get it here. And I'm not strong enough to squeeze the triangle in the position that it is. John breaks his grip here, and he hides his arms behind me. So now I managed to grab at his elbow where his arm was, and we're kind of scrunched up, so I couldn't go for the arm bar, so I went for a wrist lock because I'm a terrible human being. And here I am, starting seated again. John crashes in. Oh, and that's time. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody's having a great day out there.